Hello there. Welcome back to Teacher Kenny's English for Everyone. Hope you've been doing okay. Man, I've been so busy. I'm trying to finish a book, trying to get this channel off the ground good for you. And I hope you've been watching my videos as much as you can. I'm trying to get a lot of material out there for you, but watch as many times as you can. Don't forget to subscribe. I need your help. But today I thought I'd talk about something that we should take for granted, but we don't always use. In a minute you'll know what I'm getting at. In English or any language, it's not always what you say, but it's how you say it that conveys the meaning of your sentence, of that word. It's real important if you're learning to speak English, use your face and your hands exactly like you would in your language, because we're trying to communicate here. If you're just writing, it doesn't really matter, but when we speak, we tell the listener so many things using our body language, like I said, hands and face and eyes and all this kind of stuff. So again, it's not what we say often, it's how we say it. And we're going to be talking a little bit about spoken word stress. I know you see teachers, we just throw this word around, stress, all the time, and sometimes you don't really know exactly what we are talking about. There is stress, like when you look in the dictionary and you see the little marks, usually around the vowel or whatever, like in a case like if I say dictionary, well, the stress is at that D at the first of dictionary. But you have that kind of word stress. Then we have the spoken stress that really, really tells a story on its own. When I first got to China, it's one of the first things I did. My students talked very monotone in English, and it was very, very boring. It was hard to listen to them speak like this. Then they had really bad pronunciation, also womp, 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 womp. So I started trying to teach them. I say, man, say it like I do, okay? So I go walk to the door, and they're always watching me. Everything I do, they're watching everything I do. I walk to the door, then I would walk back in front of the class, and I go, hello, how are you today? And they go, oh, hello. Then I'd walk back to the door again, and I'd walk back in the room. I go, hello, how are you today? Hello. And then I'd use my hands, and my voice would climb up, hello, like that. Then they would respond, oh, hello, teacher. We're doing fine, blah, 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 blah. Then English majors in China are almost always girls, and they're very, very easy to play with and get embarrassed, or turn red. And I'd look at maybe a student right there in the front of the class, and at first I go like, hello, you look very beautiful today, blah, 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 blah. All right. And, of course, she knew what I was saying, but the way I said it was very boring. And I'd look at her again and say, hello, Barbara or Candy or whatever her name was. You thanks, teacher. She said, da-da-da, and the class would kind of laugh, But I had upped what I was doing. Understand that? My voice had changed, and I was not in this monotone voice. Then I might bend down in front of her desk, and I go, "Oh, Mary," or whatever, "you look so beautiful today." And the whole class would go, "Ah!" And then the student would go, "Oh, okay. But it's what I did, and it's how I did it. See, it's not what I said, it's how I said it. When I made that face like, "You look so beautiful," and boy, I really let it out, and that got the biggest response. Okay, you get it? So again, not what I said, but it's how I said it. And you always need to do this depending on what you're talking about, what you intend your listener to take from your words. See, don't stay in a monotone voice without changes. Language is meant to flow, and it has peaks and valleys. Okay, you understand that? You start speaking, then you get to the high point of your sentence. And that's your peak, and you might trickle down at your little valley or whatever. But that's how language works. In every sentence we do, every statement that we make, that's what we do. Okay, and you got to learn to do that in English just as well as you do in your language. And use that face. Like, here's another one we did. This goes back all the way back to my first year in China, and we were doing this same topic, but I wanted other examples. And I remember I wrote on the board something about when you don't go to the canteen, when you go to the canteen today, don't eat the fish. It's terrible. Okay. Then first I had the class, I read what I wrote. Of course, they just did it one, when you go to the canteen today, don't eat the fish. It is terrible, like that. And I can't remember if I was using contractions or not, but cause that's a different video that we're going to do here really soon. Because if I say, when you go to the canteen today, do not eat the fish because it is terrible. Okay? So we play, when you break a contraction, like I said, that's going to be in another video that we're going to do. It lets out the severity of your meaning. But anyhow, what we were doing, we were playing with this word stress, and they read the sentence, and it's boring. So then I read it, and I look at them and go, "Hey, when you go to the canteen today, don't eat the fish because it's," look at my face, "it's terrible." They're like, "Oh, don't eat the fish. It's," look at my, when you see this face that I'm telling the truth, that the fish is bad. See, it's terrible. And for weeks after we did this lesson, because I would do the same lesson with my classes, students would be walking past me, and I'd be standing in the hall, and they'd say, "Teacher, the fish is terrible." And there was like a big running thing through the school, what I was doing in class. So anyhow, remember that, and think about as you're speaking English to somebody, or to your teacher, or to your friend, to me, if you're talking to me through the camera, use that face, use that hands, and it will tell such a bigger story, okay? I hope you understand what we're saying today, and I know you do, but you got to practice, okay? So get out there and have a great day. Great. Whoa, my voice is going crazy. So you do that. Go out and have a great day and practice some great English. All right? And we'll see you on the next lesson. Bye-bye.